Hey guys, Ryan here, and today we're talking about this coming up. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing below. We put out new videos all the time. A couple weeks ago, Hasbro put out the 1984 Ghostbuster wand, which my son and I both just call a gun. And it was kind of like a surprise. There wasn't a big announcement beforehand. At least I didn't see one. And they just it just showed up in my email and I immediately ordered it, of course. I'm gonna go into a review and what I think of this. I'm just a fan. I don't know all the minuscule details and every notch and every groove in these things. I'm just somebody who saw it, wanted it, and got it. I've loved Ghostbusters my entire life. It's been my favorite movie for as long as I can remember. And I'm fortunate enough now that my 4-year-old son, since he's been 3 years old, has been obsessed with Ghostbusters. So I take that as a big parenting win for myself. It's something that, you know, we have in common and that we can do together. And naturally, I got one of these for myself, but I had to get him one too.
So like I said, I'm going to try to cover everything in this video, but I think there's people out there who are going to do a much better job of covering everything from start to finish. And I've already opened this. I was way too excited to wait to put the camera, set it all up, and open this. So I opened it. My son and I played with ours for couple days, and now I'm finally getting around to doing the actual review. So I put it back in the box, and everything in the box is pretty much exactly how it came, but this is just kind of an overview of what the wand looks like up close. It's very similar if you got the I call it the Phoebe wand, but it's the Spangler wand that they released 2 or 3 years ago. Very similar. The big noticeable difference is the hand grip in the front. There's a couple different color changes that are different. This new one has the orange plastic tip that some of the later Spangler wands had. And this is what came in the box, right? So you have your basic instructions. And then there was the pieces for the actual stand. And the stand was very similar, again, to the Spangler wand. It looks almost exactly the same. The color's a little different. I think it had a decal on it. I don't remember if the original one had that or not. And the box was really cool. It's really well done. Just like all the Hasbro HasLab stuff, it always comes out. It looks like they put a lot of attention to detail. Starting with the EPA security seal. Definitely a Walter Peck trademark there. So I'm assuming that will have something to do with the new movie, as he's already been in the trailer. And maybe they're just kind of reminding us about this guy who is a huge pain in the ass. But if not, it's still a good nod to the 1984 movie. And that's what the gun looks like, or the wand looks like on top of the stand. And I just think it looks really cool as a display if you're going to just kind of put it on a table and not mess with it. I think it just looks awesome. I'm probably going to end up playing with mine pretty often, and I can blame that on my child, but I think we all know that if you have one of these, you're just going to play with it. I mean, that's just, those are the realities of life. And here's what everything sounds like. First toggle switch, your second toggle switch. You got to give me a break here. I'm trying to do it one-handed while holding the camera. And then you got your activate. Now, I don't know if I showed it on camera, but if you push that little green switch there, right above the intensify button, that actually pops out the front trigger. You have the control knob here, which adjusts the amount of vibration that comes off this thing. And it just sounds awesome. Like, it's always been just such a cool gadget. Like, that's one of the things that drew me into Ghostbusters from the beginning, was the proton pack, the trap, the meter, the PKE meter, this wand. Like, all of it was so cool and so imaginative for a kid. And then this is what it sounds like when it overheats. And I was always a fan of all the different modes. I know some of them were from the video game, but perhaps we might get some of these other modes in the new movie. The slime mode. Very cool. That's definitely one of my son's favorite. He also really loved the freezing. Or the ice, whatever you want to call it. That was such a cool sound. And then there was the other one. I believe it was called like the Hydron Collider or something like that. And I believe that's from the video game. I'm not great with video games, so I didn't play it too much. I've tried a number of times to beat it. Again, my son is way better at it than I am. But I mean, just what a cool toy. And for what it costs, I don't think you can beat the value. And I mean, just great detail. Like, they did a great job with the weathering here. And I might make some smaller changes.
Now, the only thing I might change is, like, there's some, like, dents and indentations and stuff that don't have any of the wear and tear like the rest of this thing does. And then there's some spots, like right here, where it doesn't quite line up. So I might add more paint. I always prefer the really weathered look. I always think that looks best, but I know everybody's got their own preference and everybody's got their own thing that they like. That's just my style. I really like it to look like it's been through hell. That's all for this video. What do you think of it? Are you gonna get one? Did you already pick one up? And if so, what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, beat the out of the like button and we'll see you next time.